Good evening and welcome to Scrapbooking with a Twist. We're going to do another layout tonight that is in the Dining Around the World series, The Hop, over on Ginger's Corner. I've really enjoyed this, and you'll see why tonight, how I love these challenges because they just make me think outside the box. So tonight I'm going to do China, which is a side dish, and it's fried rice. And by the way, I love fried rice. Fried rice is a Chinese side dish that comprises of rice, eggs, vegetables, and sometimes meat. The dish is cooked in a wok or frying pan with soy sauce and other seasonings. To earn your check for this meal, you must create a winter layout that includes white paper for the rice and a Chinese panda. For an extra entry in China, include texture paste. So I think I'm going to do all of that. And I actually used, excuse me, I actually used a white background, which I rarely do. And it really and truly, I thought it, when I first read it, I thought it was white background. But I think I'm good with the white background for this. So this is kind of the gist of what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to use these pandas. Pandas on a winter layout. That's a challenge. So I've kind of got the pictures, I think, well, I'm going to pull that one down, sort of how I want them. So I need to get them down. And this one's going to come down and go down under here. And then I'll begin to kind of place the other things. So I'm going to do that first. So let me just, before I kind of forget where things are going, let me get that done. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and do the twist first. I'm just going to glue this in the middle because I know I'm tucking. So the twist tonight comes from Joshua 24, 14, and 15. And the second part of verse 15 is my son's, excuse me, my son's favorite scripture. And I got to read it because I sure don't know it. And it says, now this is Joshua. Moses has passed and Joshua is leading the people now. They've come out of Egypt. They've been in bondage and slavery in Egypt for 400 years, and now they're coming out of Egypt and going into the promised land. And so this is Joshua talking to the people as they're in the promised land. And he says, now fear the Lord and serve him with all faithfulness. Throw away the gods your ancestors worshipped beyond the Euphrates River in Egypt and serve the Lord. But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods of your ancestors in Egypt or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are now living. But for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. My son, I actually bought him a really pretty thing that they have hanging that says, as for me and my house, we'll serve the Lord. We named Josh after Joshua of the Bible, as a matter of fact. We call him Josh, but his name is David Joshua. I named him David because of David being a man after God's own heart, and Joshua because of that scripture, as for me and my house, we'll serve the Lord. But my son, and this is the way my son actually states it, and he says, you know, we all have to choose, and not choosing is a choice. But I'm going to serve the Lord, and I'm going to lead my household to serve the Lord. And so that's kind of his take on that scripture. But it's getting harder and harder in our society to live as a Christian. It's not popular, and sometimes it can be very difficult. And to walk that daily life of a Christian, to live that daily life as a Christian. But the choice is ours to make. I mean, it's just that simple. The choice is ours to make. And so we never know who we're encouraging when we make that choice and we live that life. We may be encouraging and giving someone else the courage to make that stand also. So just remember that it's our choice to make. It's between us and the Lord, but we never know who we may be encouraging to also make that stand and to live for the Lord. Get this kind of on the same slant I had it. Okay, I hope I get these on here, because if I don't get them on here pretty accurately, there's not going to be room to do what I want to do, which is nothing unusual for me, because you know I use all my real estate on a layout. But I thought pandas on a winter layout, but I think I like it. Okay. All right, so all the pictures are down. Now, this is going to be my title. I got this in a swap, and I loved it from the beginning. And it is made by Francis W. So, Francis, I do love it. And I'm going to use it. This is kind of a muted, I don't even know. When I first looked at it, I thought it was a pink. And it's like a mauve, I guess, maybe. But it's got almost a brown tone to it, so it really doesn't do bad with this. And then I'm going to put this wooden sleigh in there, and so it's really not bad with it. So I'm going to put my title down here at the bottom. And I know you're going, well, you don't have a panda on there. The only thing you got going so far is a white background. But you're going to see. You just hang in there. You're going to see. So here is my sleigh. And I think I want it about like, I want it up as far as I can get it, maybe. Somewhere right in there. I think it'll be good. I'm not going to put it on, no, I'm not going to put it on foam. I'm really trying to keep my layouts flatter. And my panda has foam on him, so I'm not going to put it on foam. Get this stuck down. I made the sleigh. I have this die cut, and I made it, and then sure enough, looking through my my embellishment binder, I found one almost exactly like it that I could have used. But I've got some other sledding pictures from when we went to Colorado a few years ago. So it's not that I won't use it. It's just that, okay, so there's my sleigh. All right. And I'm going to, I need to get this sleigh up, because I think I want this. I think I want a big snowflake under it. Maybe kind of over that picture and under the sleigh. Yeah, let's try that. I just started cutting out a bunch of snowflakes, and I didn't really, the only thing that's red on here is that part of the sleigh, but when I got to looking at it, I thought, I don't really know what other color I'd do it. And then I actually have two in my embellishment binder. One of them had a kind of a silvery color. I thought, well, that would have been good, but I didn't think of that. But anyway, we're just going to have this dash of red on this layout and no other red anywhere else. But I don't care. So, all right, so let's get this up in here. Now we'll re-glue the sleigh. Get it on there. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these pandas. I think they're going to be cute. I hope they're going to be cute anyway. Okay, so that's got that. I think I wanted this one up in here. And then I'll work in some others. I'm going to go ahead and put that one in. Should I cut that just in case I need to use it? Let's cut this. I may use a piece of it somewhere else. That might come in handy. I thought I had all of these poked out, but I keep finding these little places that are not poked out. I've got a ton of die cuts, just snowflakes, all different sizes and patterns and shapes and everything. So I just cut out several, and I had a couple of punches, and I punched a bunch. And so that's what I'm using for my snowflakes. Okay, so we've got that. Now, where are my pandas? Here are my pandas. Now, let me tell you about how many pandas I have. We went to China, like way back in 2008, and we went to the panda reserve. We actually got to hold pandas. It was amazing. They had literally where they just hatched, and I mean they're tiny little things, because you know they're pouches and all that kind of stuff. They're itsy bitsy teeny tiny little things. And then through every stage, and then we actually got to hold a red panda. But just to watch those pandas play in, they were so cool. But anyway, I'm going to use 2 of these pandas. I think I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to use this one. But on my winter layout, I really don't need a beach ball or any green stuff. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to try to do. And I haven't tried to do it yet, but I'm going to try to peel this off. There's that one. And get this beach ball. That's really stuck off the back. Come off of there. Don't tear his little face. Get off there. I'm telling you, that is stuck. That other one was easy, but this one is stuck. Okay, there it is. Now, I'm going to make, I'm going to lay him right over there because he's sticky. I'm going to make a snowball. This is, what did I do with that paper? This is some paper. When we went, you've seen me use this paper before. When we went to Thailand, I bought a big old book that was supposed to be like a, you know, like a picture album, but I just wanted it for the cover. And this paper is like recycled, and it's, you know, like when you wet paper and then put it, because it's got all this texture. Well, I just punched 3 little circles out of it to make a snowball. So I'm just going to glue them together just so that it gives it a little dimension, instead of just being flat. So there's the 3 layers, and so it's that real textured look, which I thought would make a pretty good snowball. And then that's what our little panda is going to have instead of a beach ball. So let's get some glue back there. So he's got his beach ball, his snowball. And then he's going to be riding this sled, whatever. He's going to be riding that sled on his back. Like, what's going on here? So here he goes on his sled. You're going to see these pictures in March because I organized multi-page layouts as my organization thing for March. And so I because this is going to be like 4 pages, so I showed you how I organize multi-page layouts. Now this one's going to be a little more difficult because there's it's between the layers. So I think I'm just gonna kind of tear it away. But oops, I just tore his nose because I don't want, maybe I better just cut it away and not try to tear it because it's really stuck and I don't want to tear him up. These little curved scissors are really handy when it comes to things like this. Okay, there's that. Let's get the curve going the right direction. Kind of just cut it out from underneath. And then get this out from under his belly. Okay. All right, that's got that cleared out. And I haven't put this down yet, but I'm gonna put this little panda bear down here on the title, like that. Is kind of what I'm thinking. So I need to get my title down. Oops, I really meant to just glue that in the middle because I know I'm gonna be tucking some snowflakes. And this picture is gonna kind of go under the title a little bit. Okay, that looks fairly centered, maybe. I really need another big snowflake for right up in here. I may have to just cut another snowflake and put up in there. Anyway, I want him right here, but I got to use texture paste, and I want some texture paste on this title. Now this is, I'm really not sure about this. I moistened my little, this is just a little sponge, and I moistened it so it'd be soft. I'm gonna get my texture paste because I sure don't want much. And I'm gonna try it off over here on a scrap of paper. Yep, that's what I want it to look like. So there's that, and I'm just going to dab it around. I may want to lighten it a little. Kind of like snow. And I may have to go back over it to, like when it dries a little bit to, yeah, it's a little too heavy. So I want it to look more snowish. Let's put a little up here on his sleigh. I don't have to do this now though. I just wanted that under that because I don't want it, I'm gonna be real careful about touching it because that'll be wet for a while. So let's get some glue on him. Oops. And get him on our title. I think over here is where I want him. Just kind of resting on our title. But I need another big snowflake for right in there. And I may not make you wait for me to do that. And I don't like to edit these. I'm sorry. I just don't like to do that. And then I'm just going to start tucking snowflakes everywhere. Man, I wish I had another big snowflake to put there. Cut. And I almost cut another one. I thought, oh, I don't have room for another one. I've got this one that I could put under there, but that just leaves a lot of open. I don't know, that might be all right. Or here. No, or there. Or there. Really think I like it better there. I really wish I had another big one to put maybe just barely under the edge of that, coming up like that. So I may just do that, and you'll have to just wait and see it when I do the share at the end of the month. So let's just start putting some of these snowflakes down. I've got a bunch of them cut out. And then I've got this. I had this little snow day and this little scarf. And I kind of was thinking, maybe I needed a little more off-centered than that. So you can tell the little scarf is a scarf. I was kind of thinking about putting that up there. But I may not. I think I want it. Oh, goodness. I think I do want it up here on this. I'm just going to lay it there for right now and not stick it down. I got shadows going everywhere. My lighting is just awful. I don't even have one light on. Let me see if I can get it on. Oh, yes, it is on. It's just not doing good. Anyway, I'm just going to start putting snowflakes around. And I did some out of the dark grays, and I want one here that, because see, she had one here. And so and there was a little pink flower there, and I took that off. So I'm going to replace it. I think I may do a smaller one there with that, and then I'll like do this up here somewhere to have 3 snowflakes on there. So let's put that little snowflake right there. And I've got hers, this one, I'm not going to do that to all of them, but she did have a little rhinestone. Her rhinestones are a little bigger, but I'm going to use this tiny one, and that's a tiny little snowflake anyway. Let's go ahead and put this one down. I had some snow paste, but it was kind of like it wasn't hard, but it wasn't like I wanted it, so I was afraid to try to use it. Oops, just smashed so let's get a little, on this title, I want all of those snowflakes to have the little rhinestone. Sometimes these are hard to fish off of here. Come on. Cooperate with me. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now all of the snowflakes on the title have little rhinestones. And I may put some around. We'll just wait and see. But let's just start putting some snowflakes around. And I did them in different colors and sizes. And I want to overlap some and tuck some and all that kind of thing. Because that's going to be it. My title cluster, this little sled cluster, and then that's it. That's it. Maybe not that one, since there's one right down there. Let's try that over here. Maybe one of those. Got some little ones kind of overlap, maybe 1 or 2. But that was kind of my thought as to where I would go with this. Let's see, we need a different one. We've got one of those down there. Let's see if we can tuck one of these maybe over there. This one's a different one also. But I still want that bigger one, and I may tuck it like right in behind there or something. Let's see what that looks like. I still think I just need a whole one of those. That's what I think I need. And then it'll come up out into there. So you'll just have to see it when we do the share at the end of the time. Oh, here's a different one too. Let's tuck that up here. So, oh, that picture's not down. I thought it was, but it's not. Oh no, don't do that. Clumsy Claudine. Okay, let's get this picture down. And I'm going to warn y'all, I probably will not have any videos for this next week, simply because I have so many things happening. I have, of course, every week I do a Bible study because I teach Bible study on Sunday at church. So I've got to get my Bible study done. And then I have, they're coming, I'm actually having I don't know if you know what a mini split is, but it's like a little mini heating and air conditioning unit put in my room where I stay all the time, this room. And they'll be doing some installing, and they've got to, so anyway, I won't be able to be in here scrapbooking when they're doing that. And I've got craft weekend at our church that I'm responsible for this next weekend. So I've got to we have people that want to come, but they don't have crafts. And so we tell them to come on and that we'll have something for them to do. So I have things for them to do. And so it takes me a long time to get that organized and everything prepared. So if people come and don't have anything to do, which they do, so I don't get much crafting done that weekend, but they enjoy it, and it's a good ministry. So I've got to get all of that prepared. And then also I've got to do my income tax or get it ready to send to the accountant. So I've got several kind of big things looming, and I've been just really enjoying doing more scrapbooking than I normally get to do. And so it's about to come to a halt for a little while. And then my second round of observations and everything will be starting. So in other words, I'm getting really, really busy. And so just bear with me. I'll be back, but it'll be a while before I really can do much of anything. But I'll be back. It's just going to take me a while to get all of that stuff. Ooh, that picture's off the edge of the thing. I got to move it just a little. But I'll tell you, I would have never in a jillion years used pandas on this layout if it hadn't been part of the challenge. So that's just one more reason why I really like these challenges, because it does get you to do things that you won't normally do. Whoa, that's about to drip. And I think they look cute, but I would have never, ever thought to use pandas on a winter layout. Polar bears maybe, but not pandas. And let's see what we think we're going to do with, yeah, I think I want that right there. All right, let's get another little one off down here. Maybe a couple of them, actually. See how clear that's drying on that stuff? I may try to go back and do some of that snow on top of it and see if that will work. All right, that's, I want a little one right up here. I think this is about all I'm going to do. Sorry, I don't have another big one, so I can go ahead and put that on there, but I will have it on there when I do the layout share. And I think that's all of those that are glued down. And I'm sure I'll add a few more here and there. Let's put one, oops, come back here. Right here by this big one. And I'll fill it in some more, but you kind of get the gist of it. I am going to put some texture paste on these panda bears. I think that'll be cute. But this is turning out really clear, and I wanted it white. So we'll just see if I can get that that snow texture to work or not. But anyway, that's it. I've used texture paste, I've used pandas, and I've used white. So I think I met all of the requirements, and it's just a matter of figuring out how I can make that texture paste show up. So thanks for dropping by. Thanks for visiting my channel. If you're not subscribed, I would love for you to. And I will put the links in the description box so that you can go watch other awesome creators create their version of these same things. And they're all different, and that's what makes it really neat. So have a blessed day and be a blessing to someone else.